So, what do you think about marches and stuff like that? And protests, and when people are complaining about when people complain to these politicians about all these issues, gun control, the Me Too, uh, you know, movements and all that. I tell people, listen, you need to understand something that the vast majority of human beings don't understand about politics and politicians. Politicians are just puppets. Politicians are not there to fix the problem. Politicians are there to protect the interests of the people that donate the money that is going to put them in power, right? So who gives the politician its power? You. You voted for him. Who gave corporations their power? You. You buy their products. These people have no intrinsic power whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? You could be a billionaire politician, whatever, or any other politician or the smartest politician in the world. And if nobody voted for you, nobody, if nobody elected you, then you're done as a politician. You have to get a job doing something else. If you have a business and nobody wants to buy your product, because for whatever reason you're an asshole, or just for whatever reason, you no longer have a business. So people need to understand that these people, they get the power from the people. They fool the vast majority of human beings. They bring them in. They bring them on board because they study, people psychologically, and they figure out what is it that people want. They go, they rally, they talk about all this fucking garbage, which they know is not true. You get excited, you get excited, you get emotional, and you vote for the guy. Could be Congress and anything, right? Corporations and everything. Then you get all excited. You vote, you buy products, you buy this, and then you realize that their agenda is not to make you happy. They have a whole different agenda. You know what I'm saying? They answerable to somebody else. They just puppets, you know, who want to distinguish themselves in society and who have a thirst for power. And there's powerful people and very rich people out there who knows this. They get them aligned with their agenda, fund their campaigns, they get elected, but they puppets. They puppets, and you're just victims. You people are just collateral. You say, why do we keep it? This has been since the beginning of time. Why do humans keep electing individuals, or why do human beings keep giving power to people who are going to in turn oppress them? This has been happening since the beginning of time with the human race. So why every election, every 2 years, every 4 years, in every country of this planet, the same pattern, the same thing keep repeating itself? Well, we should know this by now. Take Latin America, for example. People of Latin America should know that you should not in a democracy, you probably shouldn't elect someone who has been in the military, or who has been a high-ranking military official, a colonel, colonel, general, whatever. You know what I'm saying? High-ranking military official. You shouldn't elect them. Why? Because they tend to become dictators. But why do military officials tend to become dictators when they get into politics? In America and other countries, are very simple. They come from a military regime in which you, since you are a high-ranking official, you give the orders and everybody follows. When you translate that into politics, you gotta recite for the dictatorship. Pinochet, in my own country, Trujillo, uh, Chile, Argentina, Venezuela, Chavez, Pinochet, Noriega, Trujillo, uh, Franco in Spain, Fidel Castro. All these people, what do they have in common? High-ranking military officials became before they turned to politics. What did they become? Dictators, because they're gonna implant the same regime they use in the military, but to society, into the country now. So like, people should know this by now. You know what I'm saying? That when you see a person who has been a high-ranking military official, you know, trying to become a politician, trying to become president, that's a red flag. Why? Because you're probably gonna have a dictator. It has always been this way. There's not a single. It doesn't happen in this country where well because the commander in chief is a civilian. The chief of the military, the chief of the military, which is the president, he's a civilian. You know, in this country, a high-ranking military official cannot be the sole chief of all the military forces above the president. That's why a civilian, which is the president, is in charge of all the military branches ultimately. So that doesn't happen. To prevent that from happening, to prevent high-ranking military officials from, taking power over the country. That's why in this country, civilian, which is the president, commander in chief, is the chief of the military forces. You know what I'm saying? We should know this by now. This has been happening since the time of Julius, since the time of the Romans, since the time of the Greeks. This is ancient. But we keep repeating these patterns over and over and over. But why? I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? These people out there, they go out, 2, 3 million people, to protest all across the country in the streets, thinking they're gonna change anything. I'm pretty sure these people are laughing at people. Like, oh, let them do whatever the fuck they want. That's just let them vent their frustration and their anger and whatever, thinking that we're gonna change anything. They're not gonna change anything. They're not gonna change anything. That's not how you enact change in the world. You want to know how? Don't buy their products. Don't elect these individuals to power. And you're gonna see some sort of Darwinian evolutionary process where, some people are gonna realize like this is what people want, and if I don't really give it to them, I'm not gonna get elected. If I cannot get elected, corporations and powerful people out there, I'm not gonna put their money behind me because the people doesn't want me. You know what I'm saying? So nobody gonna put hundreds of millions of dollars, on campaigns to promote me as a candidate if they already know that people ain't gonna vote for me. I'm not gonna put this product out there if I already know that people are fucking pissed. Ain't nobody gonna buy the fucking product. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you enact change. You go out there, 2, 3 million people protesting and shit, and then everybody forgets about it 1 week later, and then the next thing happened, and we're back to square one. Stop electing people. Stop buying their products. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.